According to psychology, men who work hard and prefer staying home in their free time instead of going out are often misunderstood, but in reality, they show deep emotional maturity. Think about it. These men give their all during the day, and after work, they don't look for excitement outside. Instead, they seek peace within the four walls of their own home. He'd rather sit at the dinner table than hang out at a bar. He enjoys simple rituals, watching TV with his partner, fixing things around the house, or just lying on the couch sharing quiet moments. These men don't need the noise of the outside world to feel alive, because home is their safe haven. Psychologically, this reflects discipline and loyalty. When a man chooses to come home after a long day, he is unconsciously protecting the relationship and strengthening the bond of trust. A woman who has such a partner isn't just getting a homebody husband. She's with a man who values her company more than the outside world. This is known as future self-projection. He invests his energy where his future is being built, his home and his relationship. It's not a lack of social life, it's emotional intelligence at work. So don't underestimate the man who prefers coming home over staying out. He isn't boring. He's already figured out that the real investment isn't in the noise of the night, but in the ordinary days he gets to share with you. Did you know that exceptionally smart kids usually share 5 key traits? If your child shows at least 3 of these, congratulations. You might have a little genius at home. Don't overlook them, nurture them. 1. They talk a lot. This isn't annoying. It's a sign of rapid brain development. Every question, every story, every sudden idea is their mind-building logic and language skills at high speed. 2. They can't sit still. Whether they're bouncing on the couch or jumping on the bed, don't rush to stop them. That energy is their motor skills running at full power. 3. They skip naps. It's not just stubbornness. Refusing naps can mean their body and mind are more energetic than other kids their age. 4. They can't stay seated at the table. It may feel like mealtime is a circus, but that curiosity, their constant scanning and urge to explore, is part of their bright, outgoing personality. Don't extinguish that spark. 5. They cry easily. This isn't weakness. Tears show they feel deeply, are sensitive, and have a strong sense of empathy. Over time, this emotional awareness can make them exceptional in relationships. Parents, how many of these traits do you see in your child? If your child is 3 or older, you might be raising the next Einstein, or at least someone destined to impress the world. Smart kids are never simply quiet and well-behaved. They express their thoughts through action and explore the world with emotion. Don't be too quick to correct what seems like trouble, because that's exactly where their brilliance shines. The fastest way to break someone is to keep correcting them over and over, even on the tiniest things. You might think you're just helping, but correction often comes across as criticism, and over time, it slowly eats away at a person's confidence. Have you ever seen a child who was once bright and curious grow up to become quiet, unmotivated, and anxious? It's not because they were born lazy. It's because they were overcorrected. Psychology offers an explanation for this. The human brain has a self-protective mechanism that helps us grow and adapt. But constant correction shuts that mechanism down. Imagine this. You're tired and lying on the couch scrolling your phone, and someone says, "That's bad for your eyes." You're doing homework and hear, "Sit up straight." Why are you sitting like that? You clean your room and still get, "You can't even handle something this simple?" These seemingly harmless comments build up day after day. Eventually, your brain whispers, "I can't do anything right." So you stop trying, start procrastinating, and avoid making decisions altogether. Remember, real support isn't about pointing out every mistake. It's about offering trust and encouragement while someone stumbles their way forward. Correcting is easy. Understanding is hard. Sometimes, keeping quiet is the kindest way to help. Have you ever noticed how kids suddenly get talkative right before bedtime? It's not stalling. They're actually saying, "I feel safe. I want to connect with you." When the lights go out, their guard drops, and their thoughts slow down. That's when they share their real feelings, ask questions, tell strange little stories, and express big emotions. I get it. You're exhausted. You've cleaned up dinner, packed tomorrow's lunch, answered emails, and all you want is 5 minutes of silence. But here's the thing. Those 10 minutes of late-night rambling are when your child is building emotional security. It's how they learn to express themselves, imagine, and trust. They're not trying to delay bedtime. They just want to feel noticed at the end of the day. Because to them, your attention is love. They won't remember every toy you bought, but they'll remember when you put your phone down, looked up, and listened. In the dark, your voice is the gentle anchor they need. If we keep brushing them off, eventually they'll stop sharing. Real love isn't always loud. It's often quiet companionship. It's sitting on the edge of the bed and saying, "Tell me more." So the next time they say, "Mom, Dad, I have one more thing to tell you," lean in. That little window won't stay open forever, but tonight it's open just for you. A child's heart doesn't open in the daytime noise. It opens at night, in the moments you might mistake for stalling. Don't miss those whispered, "I have one more thing" moments. They're really saying, "I trust you." The fastest way to ruin a child usually starts with the father. If you want to raise an outstanding child, remember these 4 things. 1. Treat the child's mother even better than you treat the child. A child who grows up watching their parents love each other will be healthier, happier, and will better understand what a real man looks like. 2. Provide both material and emotional security. This doesn't mean buying the most expensive things. It means never letting your child feel like a burden or guilty for simply existing. 3. Praise your child often. A father's recognition builds a child's confidence. Let them know, "You can handle life, and I will always support you." 4. Spend more time with your child. Drink a little less, eat out a little less, and invest that time in being with them. If you're not there, their childhood will be gone forever, and the emptiness inside them will never fully heal. So dads, remember this. A single word, a hug, a shared dinner with your presence means far more than you can imagine. A child doesn't need a perfect father. They just need you. Loving them, understanding them, and being there. Be the hero in their life, not the absent shadow. These 4 actions could change your child's life forever. Never tell a woman, "I like you, you're so beautiful," or "I can't stop thinking about you." It comes across as too eager, too shallow, and worst of all, it puts you in a place where she'll never feel real desire. But don't worry, there's a forbidden, dark psychology tactic that can make her think about you from the very first message. Instead of confessing like you're falling in love, shift the focus. Engage her mind, not her ego. Send her this, "Something about you just doesn't add up for me." That single line will make her stop, reread, and wonder what you mean. When she asks, reply, "It's like there's something about you I really like, but there's also something that feels like a red flag, and that's exactly what draws me in." Now you've created psychological tension. It's not a compliment, and it's not a confession. It's a mystery, and a mystery can't be ignored. You don't sound desperate, and you don't seem cold. You stand out, and when you stand out, you don't get overlooked. You become fascinating. So if you want her to remember you, don't rush to say, "I like you." Make her curious about you first. Make her care. Make her wonder. Remember, mystery isn't about being distant. It's the art of controlling the pace. Real attraction is never shouted. It pulls people in until they can't stay away. Did you know? Women who don't like visitors and keep only a few close friends are not boring, rude, or antisocial. They're simply highly sensitive to fake energy. And sadly, most social visits are full of exactly that. These women are fiercely loyal and deeply protective of their homes. They won't let just anyone cross the threshold. They love solitude, not because they have to, but because they truly value it. They've learned a powerful truth. Better to be alone than surrounded by the wrong people. They see their home as a sacred space, a quiet sanctuary, and that peace must be guarded, not given away. They understand something most people overlook. There are 2 kinds of people, light and mud. Those made of mud carry heavy energy. Tension follows them like a shadow. When they walk in, the room itself seems to grow colder. Those made of light bring warmth. Their very presence fills the space with life. These women are waiting for that kind of energy. They protect their peace. True elegance is never about pleasing others. It's about holding on to the calm you've chosen. They would rather leave a room empty than let muddy energy seep in. They would rather stay alone than give away a spot meant only for the right light. Guarding your peace isn't rejecting love. It's trusting that the people worth letting in will arrive with warmth and brightness. And when the time is right, they'll walk into your world on their own. People who leave home and rarely call their parents aren't naturally cold or heartless. From a psychological perspective, they're often described as having an avoidant attachment style. These individuals become emotionally distant because of past disappointments. They appear fiercely independent, always handling things on their own and never wanting to trouble others. But beneath that tough exterior, they're actually very sensitive. Even if they have many friends, once the connection fades, they usually won't reach out again. No one can truly step inside their inner world to understand them. When faced with conflict, their first instinct isn't to resolve it, but to avoid it. Why? It's often because they experienced ongoing emotional neglect while growing up. Frequent criticism, emotional deprivation, or even psychological abuse were common in their childhood. Lacking love and a sense of safety early on, their brains learned that relying on themselves felt safer. People with avoidant attachment share two other key traits. First, even though they adapt well, they struggle to form deep emotional bonds. They rarely open up, fearing that others might see their vulnerability and old wounds. The moment they sense potential danger, they immediately pull away. Second, their emotional responses are often delayed, not because they're numb, but because they've spent years suppressing their feelings. As a result, their emotions tend to erupt only after a long buildup. Remember, distance doesn't equal heartlessness, and independence doesn't mean they don't need warmth. True closeness isn't about forcing them to open their hearts, but about patiently and kindly helping them believe, little by little, that there are still people in this world who are safe to rely on. 7 signs reveal a perfectly compatible couple. First, they don't play games. No chasing, no neglect, no pretending to be hard to get. Second, they can be their truest selves around each other, completely open, comfortable, intimate, even a little goofy. Third, they act like kids who never really grow up. One's always cold, the other's always hot. Fourth, after arguments, they're always the first to compromise. Breaking up isn't even on the table. They'd rather fight, laugh, and make up, choosing tolerance and smooth communication every time. Fifth, they sometimes throw little tantrums, but it's cushioned by the love they share at home. They tease, joke, and play around with each other, and when they're apart, they miss one another deeply. Sixth, they can't help but want to hug, lean on, or cuddle with each other, as if their bones aren't strong enough to keep them apart. Seventh, they want to share everything. Whenever they come across something fun or delicious, they immediately think of the other. When he sees a video, his first instinct is to tag you, because love is about making sure you never feel left out. So, the so-called right person isn't someone who suddenly makes you happy once you meet them. It's someone who, in every little thing, remembers you, thinks of you, and naturally makes you a part of their everyday life.